Starts with you pouring wine down your neck.
Haven't had a drink in a while. It's going to go straight to my head, so I will sip that.
That's the point. So we're finally Dr. Not Day drinking, Dr. Wife drinking. I'm having tea.
What is it?
Fuck my life.
Yes, well.
Cup of tea at 1:45 on a Sunday afternoon is not my usual beverage of choice.
Anywho, that's delicious.
So we've invested $15
in a cheap-ass microphone.
in a cheap-ass, possibly omnidirectional, possibly bidirectional microphone.
TBA.
We'll see. So this might be another episode of We're Sorry the Sound Sucks. But as we've already discussed, infinitum, ad infinitum. My brain is really not working. This is first thing after a
What time
late
did you get
night.
home this morning?
3:30. 3?
I don't know. I was still awake at 1:30 and you went home.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, as we discussed ad infinitum, that I'm not wasting any more money on things.
No, I've got a million projects. We're not spending any on this one.
Not until the Tim Dillon money starts rolling in.
That just hit my stomach. Oi.
Give me the tiniest little sip.
No, you're not allowed.
No, just to stick my tongue in it to see what it's like. No.
Just sniff it.
Oh yeah, it smells like old socks, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's the finest of box wine. So I was just saying, like the microphone, despite our much vaunted meagre wealth, we don't waste money on wine either.
I'm frugal. That's my word.
Not drinking wine anyway. Just Chateau de Box.
Nah, it
Last
depends.
Tuesday, wonderful stuff.
We've spent money on Dom and we spend money on box wine. Like again, we are complicated and complex people. Anywho.
Or retarded, back the front. So anyway, so this might be another apology for bad sound, but we'll see. If it's no good, I'll spend some real money, and eventually I'll spend some real money. But this is a test on to see if it's a bit better and a bit clearer, because this isn't a podcast studio. Clearly, it's upstairs and near the kitchen. So
Dining room table.
pretty much.
Anyway,
So that was mostly it.
just testing it.
Yeah, we'll
Great.
test it, but see what else is.
Riveting.
Oh, this is quality content. I mean, we should set up the Patreon now with a minimum $100
Subscription.
tier 1 $100, tier 2 $50.
Jesus.
Maybe
So what's... Oh, I was showing you these before we started. So our lovely friend...
who was out cutting wood, who referred to him a lovely friend and single and only subscriber. So is that what we talk about? We talk
The
about
wood ferret.
Yes, he called himself a wood ferret.
Which I've never heard before.
Hello, wood ferret.
Again, brings us lovely things. He works for a pet food company, among other things. Oh, it's not just pets, livestock.
Yeah.
Lots of things. Anyway, we get our pig food from there too.
No specifics.
Treats for the dog. Very spoiled. Apple and banana flavour. Yapple nanas.
Right.
Bill and Jack. Are they Tasmanian?
Don't know. Is this the point where I point out two things? One, what did you say?
Berlin.
Oh,
Product
really?
of USA. Happy days.
What do you mean Berlin?
Guaranteed and manufactured by Kelly Food Corp. Berlin. Oh no, MD.
Another one of these ridiculous American things where they've named.
Where's that? That's not Minnesota. It's not Massachusetts. MD. That's going to annoy me now. Which state is MD? MD. Maryland, if I had to guess. No, Doctor of Medicine. MD state. Maryland. Yep, I am right.
Right, so it's another one of those ridiculous American cities that they've That being said, they do that here because I was going to say Jerusalem, Texas. Oh no, but like here when they name something, because I think there is.
Launceston's in Cornwall, so if you search anything, they're all English names. But anyway, so I've got a whole box.
Tasmania has a Baghdad.
A whole box full of treats. Yeah, they've got a Baghdad. They've got a Jericho as well.
That's the one I was thinking of.
fresh chicken liver, apple nana. So yeah, very spoiled.
Well, this is where I point out two things. So what's that? Apple banana.
Apple banana
Yes,
and
apple banana, clearly a staple of a carnivorous diet.
Hager likes both of those, apples and bananas.
Lager's an idiot. But so yes, that's the first thing I'll point out, and the second thing I'll point out, I think it's fair to say if we've got it, it's probably been, if the box isn't damaged, it's probably been remaindered. So
I don't mind.
oh no, I don't.
Frugal?
I don't mind at all. I'm very.
Thank you very much. I think Steve's...
I am very grateful. I'm picking on our good friends in Berlin, Maryland, making banana flavoured. Is that like the vegan cat?
Oh God, I don't know. It's just all sorts of wrong.
The vegan cat idea is like, I only feed my dog fruit, and then wonder why there's some emaciated, kill me, dog sitting there on the ground.
So anyway, we've got our bird sitting out on the balcony as well.
Yeah, so anyway, so hopefully you're more audible, and hopefully it's more voice centric, and we'll see how much of the background noise it's picking up, because as I said, this isn't a podcast studio and I have no problem. I could build one in a week, but I don't want to. Sorry about that to our single subscriber. So we're hoping this runs a nice exponential, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000.
Someone just won 28 minutes ago $484,000 on some kind of Keno jackpot thing at St Leonard's. Wow.
Half a stick.
Yep.
Someone just won 2 car parks in Sydney.
Oh, 3.
Maybe. We'll say 2 car parks and you've covered the rates for the next 10 years. Use your words. Are we there already?
Maybe.
So I did have a run sheet. We spent $15. That's done. This is not going to be. This is not going to be a long. This is not going to be a long podcast. I don't think.
We're at 7 minutes.
We can't even. We
I don't
can't
know
even
if we'll
call
make
this.
20.
No, I don't think you're going to make 20. I don't think you're going to make 8. So I had the note. I know. Well, we'll chop around. So I said our friend and single subscriber is cutting wood. So we've already covered our friend out there cutting wood and giving us treats. Says that was actually because he said to us he was giving us feedback and saying, "Oh, you really need a run sheet." And it's like, okay, all right, well there you go, and you're on it, and that's it. We spent $15. Our friend and single subscriber is.
This is ridiculous.
No. This is the whole point of it. 8 minutes? Oh, just 8 minutes. Excellent. You just made it. Let's see if we can make it improve. I also had the bar, which was fairly uneventful, apart from Festivali people again being a problem. Wasn't much of a problem, so I didn't get in there until I went in there at 10 o'clock. And then it became very busy. And I was knocking back the drunk young'uns, so I probably knocked back maybe 2 or 3 large groups. Are you desperately looking for something more interesting to talk about?
No, I'm just reading the news.
You're just bored senseless. You should set up so we'll have to set up a second. So when we break up because of this, you can set up your own, or
professionally,
at least,
not personally.
Oh,
there's no divorce.
No.
We've had this discussion.
We haven't had that discussion here. When we break up personally, but not professionally, there've been plenty of examples of that.
You can go and live in one corner, and I'll go and live in the other.
We have a lot of land. It's going to be fine. I'll build a podcast studio. Anyway, I was going to say you can call yours the reluctant podcaster. It's like, what are you complaining about before? Don't ever refer to me as a podcaster.
Yeah, it's God, shoot me if the word influencer or podcaster comes out of my mouth. No, I was just reading the news because I haven't read it because I don't really. But yeah, the China balloon that they've just shot down. In the US.
I saw them talking about that from the point of view that they actually shot it down. It's like, why would you? The talking on Twitter was like, why did they like blast it into smithereens? Wouldn't you actually have a controlled descent and capture it and see what you could learn? And so now that's the new conspiracy, And again, never explain that which can be explained by. My brain is not working. This is the greatest podcast in the world. But we are going to continue. This is the world's most painful microphone.
You've already
test.
had something attached to your pants this morning that you forgot to take off. Like, you're retarded.
Well, I can talk about that too. What's a separate? Pass it to me. It's over there. But I'll come back to this in a second, which you can't see because it's rotoscoped.
He walked out with a security tag.
Well, put a pin in that. We're still talking about got to finish your points. Got to put your pants on. Got to finish your points. And the point was, yes, it's becoming the conspiracy is, well, clearly they didn't want, why would they do it? Why would they blow it out of the ground, not do a controlled descent? And that's why I was saying never attribute to malice that can be attributed adequately to stupidity. And it's the Americans. One thing, a controlled descent,
it's more difficult.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. And also it's just like,
Quick, blow it! Press the button!
To use the old Bill Hicks thing, it's like
we've got one.
They were going hog wild with a weapon, with the Sears weapons catalogue, and it's like,
use it.
What does G13 do?
Yeah,
it's like, and that's all they've done. It's like, and also a show of force, send up an F-22 and just let's blow the shit out of something.
I haven't actually read what
I don't know how.
Surely it's a drone of some kind they've used to blow another thing out of the.
To say nothing about if it is actually properly malfeasance, it definitely want to have an auto destruct. So do they go up there and they pop a pin in it, and if it drops between I'd just have. Far be it from me being a professional arms manufacturer, but I mean, to me, you'd have it once it goes up above a particular height, you'd have it arm itself, and if it goes below a particular height, have it blow up. And that's the other thing too. Are they concerned about it? Is it booby trapped? And they, not not necessarily booby trapped, but has it got munitions on it, and is it above an area that's it's just blow the fucking thing out of the sky and we'll worry about it later. But anyway, it's a weird thing, but and the other thing they're saying, it'll be interesting to see what comes of it, because it's obviously just some sort of power play, because, with modern tech these days, they can
It's a low-level power play, because it's not like they sent an aircraft or a...
Oh, if they sent an aircraft, it'd be, Jesus Christ, that's an act of war.
That's what I mean.
This is just pissing about.
This is just pushing the barrier.
I don't know. This is cutting edge doc day drinking, informative news where I've read nothing about it. I have no idea. I'm completely talking out of my ass. So
I have a drone, and we had remember the neighbours had someone buzz them with a drone.
I think that sort of nonsense has passed.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of people doing that, or they've gotten much better at it. So
higher.
The closest we've come is that, yes, we've buzzed somebody with your drone, but they were cutting wood on our property.
That was on purpose. I wanted them to see the drone.
Yeah, because
are you meant to be there?
And as
watching.
And as it turned out, technically, yes, they were fine, but by feet and inches, not by yards and miles.
Yeah.
So yes, So that's a rant. Bradley on 5 hours rant time on Sunday. Doc No Sleeping podcast. There's no fucking staff, and this is the thing. I am at best an absent-minded professor when I go into places like that. I just want to buy some, what do I buy? Some tracksuit pants for boxing.
A tray for me.
A marble tray that I still don't fully understand. This piece of shit microphone for $15. I mean, this is quality Anko kit. I can afford. Sure, let's start with Anko. And what else did I buy?
Yeah, well, that's why I get the shit. So they make you go to the checkout in the middle. It's like, I don't fucking work here.
Yeah.
They make you do the job. They put people out of work, and then when you go to walk out the door, they want to see your receipt and go through it. And I don't do that anymore. I just wave the receipt at them and keep walking. Like, I make eye contact.
I was well dressed last night, and when you're well dressed, as soon as you're, especially in Launceston, as soon as your leather-soled shoes are clacking on the floor as you walk out, they don't stop you.
No, I was to say I think one has stopped me once. I even had a bag over my shoulder with all my Coles groceries in it. Last time, I'm like, I am not. You are wasting my time. Get out of the way.
don't be rude and abusive to our staff. But they design a system so it makes you rude and abusive.
The only place that's even worse than that is Bunnings, which drives me fucking mental because the checkout's literally a metre from the door. And then the door bitch wants to check.
How many times have you said it? What have I stolen between there and there?
There's
it's
no
not about
shelves.
that. It's just my job, and it's just like, yeah, well, that's what the that's what the Nazis said at Nuremberg.
But yeah, that does drive me mental. But you said there weren't any actual humans. Every time I've been there, there's been an option for a human.
No, there wasn't even someone.
I go to the human.
So technically, and actually, not technically, there wasn't anyone even in the corral of self-serve checkout units. So there was some bird, maybe
way over there,
10 or 15 metres to the
filling
right,
shelves,
packing shelves.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice because it's the same colour as the trousers that I bought. So.
And it didn't beep.
No, well, clearly not. Because if it would have, the door person would have leapt on me, or maybe not, but at least.
Beef.
Well, no, they would have leapt on me, and I would have climbed instantly on my horse. Do you know who I am? How dare you get in my way?
But the only time I've ever had
But then to let me finish,
would have found that.
They would have said, no, sir.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this off you.
Yeah.
Hey, retard, you want to do this? However, this extremely complicated high security device was
2 forks.
Yes, was countermanded by a guy 95% asleep and 2 forks. Like, bit of leverage, off it comes. It would definitely work, because that's the stupidity too. If you were a professional, it's obviously based on magnetism. The hell's that noise?
Helicopter.
Oh, really? Did anyone hear it other than us? Something going over? Yeah, anyway, a rare earth magnet would pull this off, Or you wouldn't even need a rare earth one, but just a good strong magnet.
Find them in the hallway at the bar all the time.
Oh, yeah. So there's a trick.
There's a landing where our bar is, and people steal shit.
Is that noise again? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, pretty sure it's a helicopter.
Might be old mate with his chain.
Ooh.
All right, hold that thought. Has he got a skid steer out? What's that?
Rev heads on the street, miles away.
Wow. Oh, well, it's a healthy engine.
Wow. Have to close that again for the wind, but yeah, that's a car dragging up and down.
Oh well, I wonder if it. Well, dear listeners, dear watchers, if our $15 did our quality $15 microphone pick it up?
I hope they've got fry tyres on.
Well, is that again not to be specific, but is that someone who lives near us, who is no longer
partnered?
Yes, I'm trying to. We're being very specific here anyway, but yes, it's
blowing off steam.
Sunday, drunk, friends are over.
Nice day. Let's go on, do some drags.
Yeah, let's go on. Well, I'm surprised that road near us has, which I always said, because the road that we front now.
Wood Ferret and I were talking about this morning.
Wood Ferret. Jesus, you started it, dude. Wood Ferret. Fuck me, dude. We'll have him on as a guest and introducing this as the Wood Ferret. Well, that'd be the first 30 minutes of quality content.
That's funny. But yeah, I was saying that about that road as well. It's dead straight. They sealed it, and it's more than a mile, so you can stretch your legs of any vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was waiting for people to kill themselves.
And it's got
bumps.
Yeah,
fun. It'd be really fun.
Oh yeah, in a decent car, doing about 240, it'd be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
But
you've got trees on either side that are not even a metre.
Yeah.
So it'd be like Appin Road.
It's like Appin Road back home, where everybody gets murdered.
But no one has.
And there's roadkill of all interesting varieties. And because again, at that sort of speed,
branches overhead and everything.
Anything that could come and cause you to swerve. And if you swerve it like that, that's a wrap. Yep, you're dead. There's where there isn't
the engine's up the tree.
Oh yeah, where there isn't massive trees, there's embankments that will flip you and kill you.
Rocks, yeah.
But no one's done it yet. Again, I don't think they've found it. All there is the only thing we've really noticed is
big hole.
No, just fucking annoying cyclists in lycra.
Oh really? I haven't.
I haven't heard of that. So I've seen plenty of them come up there, and they're like riding in a group, and it's like your game.
No, I haven't had any cyclists over there.
Because as I've
just got the echidna dude who's always there. There's one
Oh, yeah.
on one bend. There's old mate. He just crosses the road backwards and forwards
until eventually
quite
you
a
see
big
him
echidna.
meet his fate. But what I was just going to say, your game, because I was going to say, like old mate frying tyres down there at the moment. I/you/we would be the most considerate people on that road, and we are inconsiderate people. Those guys, they'll kill you. They'll like that run you over on a push bike on principle. Like,
Well, or not similar, but I was saying that this morning that so last night there was huge amounts of music coming from the same direction, so there's definitely friends over.
yeah.
As I said, I thought I had a problem last night, but
I forgot about that.
yeah,
So we've got to
but it wasn't.
upgrade
It was just really loud,
upgrade our
fucking
cameras.
doof music.
And it's amazing. So that house
It
from
carries
here would not be.
Kilometres.
Oh yeah, it's kilometres away. At the absolute least, it's 2 kilometres.
Yeah.
So on the Polaris, it takes me a solid 10 minutes to get over there on the Polaris. Granted, I'm not,
There's not a trail.
I'm not
properly.
Yeah, I'm not ripping over there at 80, but.
Do we need to check on the oven?
No, it's fine. So we're cooking lunch, isn't it? Exciting. God,
Dude.
the content, the lives we
Oh,
lead.
God.
This
The
must
insight.
be the insight, the drama, the spectacle,
Oh God,
the production
the
values.
interest.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
these balls. Anyway, but yeah, sound carries a shit ton.
Yeah, you'd be amazed. Like, as I've already explained to you, like when we're on the yacht and. When one is on one's yacht and anchored near others in an anchorage, and it's like you fart and someone else can hear it.
Yeah,
Like
you can
it's
hear the
really
voice, the
like it
conversation.
carries water. Still water will carry
It's
sound
surprising.
unbelievably, especially at night. But that being said, it was pretty good. There was actually a bit of wind that night that we were there, so it didn't really.
Which reminds me,
carry that
we
badly.
should watch that thing on Netflix. I know it's about the girl. I think
The Thing.
it's PG rated, but still, it's called True Spirit. It's about Jessica Watson, the solo sailor that went around the world. The younger, she was like 17 or something. Fucking ridiculous. I just want to watch it and see what she does because Jesus fucking Christ, there's no way in hell I'd do that. Solo, unassisted.
Unassisted. Right.
Circumnavigated the fucking
Australian?
globe. Yep, Aussie girl. I don't know what she's doing now, but yeah, she did it.
All right. No, we'll have a look.
There's something on Netflix.
We
A
watched-
movie. I watched a movie last night. I haven't watched a movie in years.
Yeah, movies are boring.
Well, they're done. It's all TV. Which reminds me too, there's another Shrinking to go and get. Very exciting.
With Harrison Ford.
He's looking real old, but that's fine. It's good. Recommend Shrinking. 1923 is back, I think, today as well. This is the exciting life I lead.
So again, watch us for recommendations of extremely light entertainment.
On that note,
That's just about it, I think. And still, you managed to do 23 minutes. And nearly a glass of wine.
Nearly.
So that's your first glass of wine in what, 2 weeks?
weeks. It's going straight to my head.
Well, I got as far as some people I know would go, darling, how can you drink that?
Yes.
Even the smell of it, I'm like going, oh god.
There's certain wines for certain times, and yes.
Well, again, there's some people, again, who shall remain nameless, that was like, no. Do not waste. You do not waste your calories. But as for me, I like cheap wine. You know, it's an Australian. It's an Australian anthem written by a Scotsman. You know, cheap wine and a 3-day growth. That's fine. I'm cool with it. Especially when I usually just drink.
I am not a wine snob.
I can be,
I am not.
but I
know what I like though. That's fine.
I'm happy with pressing Shiraz.
That's fine. Aldi box.
$5 a litre.
The red box at Aldi's fine. The white box isn't.
Yeah, the white box was crap. That's, he said, that one. If you want drinkable goon, go to the worst suburb you have. So there's two metrics. You need to go to the worst suburb that keeps the goon bags in the fridge.
You're going to tell your Campbelltown? Was it Campbelltown?
Oh, well, I'll tell that story in
Yeah.
a second if you want. Yeah, but and that goes well. Either go for the worst suburb. So here you go for the worst suburb because there's no good suburbs.
Here?
Not really. not that's not like Pimble in Sydney, where I went to the bottle shop there and it keeps the goon bags in the fridge as well. So it's the very, very poor and the very, very rich that goes, both ends are looking for value and know it when they see it. So
that's how the rich stay rich.
So poor bastards and rich tight asses. So yes, the story. So once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, I made a bit of money. I had a decent payday. So again, this is the not being crass. We don't say how much it is, but
I thought this was goon related.
No, it was
Dom related.
Yeah, it's Dom related. Is that the one, or am I telling a different story?
Yeah, no.
Oh, what was the goon related story?
I thought it was goon that was kept in the fridge.
Well, I might as well tell the story now.
Okay, go for it.
And see if that's the one.
Keep going.
Now we're both confused. All right, so yonks ago, I had one really good payday, right? So I made half a stick one day, and to celebrate, wanted chicken and champagne. And because this money cleared fairly late at night, and I didn't do it, I went to Campbelltown in New South Wales to the Dan Murphys, and I went in there and I wanted a bottle of Dom Perignon, and it wasn't my first bottle of Dom Perignon, but I bought a bottle of Dom Perignon. Not a very dear one, but still, nothing fancy, no particular vintage. It was just $400 on a bottle of wine, and which is shameful. And yes, please don't pile. And
why is it shameful?
I don't know, because.
Anyway,
so Campbelltown, New South Wales, and I go into the Dan Murphys, and there's a young bloke there, and I was looking around, and I was trying to find a cold one that was cold, and I went up to this young bloke, and I said, and I, without any exaggeration, without him skipping a beat, it was like that. The kid was so quick, where I just sort of said, "Excuse me, mate. Sorry, yeah, I'm looking for so the Dom Perignon." He's like, "Yes, sir." And I said, "Have you got any in the fridge?" And he looks at me, and without blinking, he said, "This isn't fucking Double Bay, mate. It's Campbelltown. The Dom Perignon is not on ice." And it's like.
That's why I like Campbelltown.
Fair point. And I said, all right, what's your name? Tom? Now look here, Tom. This is what we're going to do. You're going to sell me a bottle of Dom Perignon, and you're going to sell me a freezer bag and a bag of ice.
And then you came home with chicken fucking McNuggets.
It worked fine. So in the end, I went and got... it must have been later in the year, because in the end, there's a photo of it.
We're classy.
Oh yeah, it's classy as fuck. So I'll have to. There was a photo that I put on Facebook years ago. So if we actually start doing social media to match these things, I can put a photo up. So I took a photo of it. So there was a very nice bottle of champagne, chicken McNuggets. That was the course. And then I just went to Coles and went and got a couple of things of cheese. Some okay cheese, the cheese we like, some swirl and some brie or something. Again, not like $3 or $4 cheese
you spend all the money on the wine
to accompany this wine, and I think a Smythe's Christmas assortment.
Oh God, really?
I think there was a bag of Smythe's with it, which is
that's your thing.
Confectioner to Christ himself.
Your kryptonite at Christmas time.
It's not that great and all the rest of it. It's just, it reminds me.
Tradition.
It's tradition, and I do like it. Grandmother had it, and they're very nice. And it only comes out. It's one of the
once
few.
A year.
It's one of the few fucking things.
Unlike hot cross fucking buns, which are now...
And everything else. Can we just have it... Let it be special. Let it be special. So the American equivalent, the McRib and pumpkin spiced lattes.
I've never tried that. I've had a McRib. I haven't tried the pumpkin spice latte.
Yes, because it sounds fucking revolting.
I'd try it. I'd like everything once. Try it once. It's like we're trying barley once. Woo!
You're still coming back. You're stuck on that. Is that something that you're coming to terms with?
Yeah.
I'm very great. For the record, I'm very great, not being specific, I'm very grateful to have been invited, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
It's nice just to travel.
Providing there isn't another coup d'etat while we're there. Yes. But,
all right, I need another glass of wine. Are we done?
Yeah, I think that's it. So that was
the cheap
the very last thing I did this morning that you didn't notice, between being half asleep / grumpy.
Yes, it takes you a while to wake up.
Yeah, I was here till 3:30 in the morning.
You're not a morning person.
No.
I am.
I actually found that old episode of The Good Life where I was saying at my end, good luck, my children, beware of wolves.
God.
So I actually went and looked it up. So it is...
Are you saying it correctly?
No, because I haven't remembered it correctly, because that's how unreliable thing is.
Go on. Say goodbye and say it correctly.
Off you go, my children, Watch out for wolves.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
It is what it is. See yous.